Okay, rough day. Again, got out coached, out played, out fanned, out everything. Tough after last year's group. I thought we had a team that was really mature and competed and had some toughness about them. And this team, this is the first game we've had where we faced adversity. We knew it was going to be that way. We dug the 9-0 hole and fought back, cut it to 3, and then gave up a couple easy buckets there at the end of the half, and just snowballed from there. Like I said, I've got to look in the mirror. Offensively, I thought we were really stagnant. We just stood around and did a lot of one-on-one stuff. Wasn't very pretty to watch. And I think people in the past have enjoyed watching our team. I doubt anybody enjoyed watching us today. So, but again, you got to give them a lot of credit. I knew, with the injury, I knew that they were going to go small and athletic, and we didn't really match up great with that. But just overall, like I said, we just gave up too many points in transition. They did a great job of pushing and running, and then obviously Fudd's a great player. We just didn't quite get it done there either. So we got a lot to figure out quickly with our schedule being what it is coming up.
Go ahead with questions.
Coach, you got it to 3 a couple times. What was it that kind of hurt you in terms of getting it over the line?
Well, we turned it over into buckets. They got, I think, 27 points off turnovers, and we came into the game knowing last year we talked about we got outscored off turnovers, points off turnovers by 10, and we got outscored second chance points off offensive boards by 11. So that's 21 points we gave up a year ago, and we lost in double overtime. So we knew those were things we needed to control, and we didn't get it done. So I thought, they turned us over. They got in the passing lanes, they made plays, and then that led to layups on the other end. Second half, we were supposed to be sending 3 people back, and we still didn't slow them down transition-wise. So you got to look at that. But just, again, they come at you, they played hard, they competed, and we didn't match that today, and that's what's tough to accept.
Alexa, go ahead.
Alexa Philbin from ESPN. Diamond did a great job of keeping you guys alive in the first half, but then she couldn't really find her shot in the second half. Did you notice anything different in terms of she just couldn't hit shots, or was it something that you kind of was doing defensively?
Yeah, again, I agree with you. She kind of kept us in it in the first half, hit some big shots, but again, right now, I think we're a little bit too much one-on-one, a little bit too much settling for shots sometimes. Y'all, we had 19 turnovers, okay? 9 assists, 19 turnovers. That's not really team basketball. So we got to figure that out. And, like I said, hopefully as a coach too, I got to maybe put them in a better situation offensively where we can get better looks.
Wes, for them to start out the game the way they did after what had happened just before, did that impress you, surprise you? What was your take on that?
It didn't surprise me. They're a great team, and again, Gino's Hall of Fame coach, so it didn't surprise me. They're, that's what you're afraid of. You're afraid that you're gonna, right off the bat dig a hole, and that's what we did. And like I said, we had our chance to cut it to 3 and had a chance to overcome that, but I don't know. Again, they're a very talented team, so I wasn't shocked. Disappointed, yes, but shocked, no.
On the adverse of that, did you notice if there's any change in energy on y'all's side between the pregame shoot around and the 10-minute allotment afterwards the incident?
I wouldn't. Again, I'm not. They just played harder than we did and competed harder than we did and played better than we did, and like I said, Gino put them in a better situation than I did. So again, it was just I can't blame it on any of that. We just got to be ready to play, and we turned it over a couple of times against the press there early, and we were not doing what we had hoped to do against it. So when you get out of character and kind of get out of what your system and philosophy is, bad things happen.
Wes, I could see it that I mean, it's an early November game, so this helps you guys in the long run, hopefully, of exposing stuff. And from that standpoint, when you look across the country, there are a lot of top teams losing games to teams. I mean, what does that say about women's basketball? There's more quality teams out there, or?
Well, again, I mean, it's not so much the fact that we lost, it's how we lost that is heartbreaking for me. Like I said, I didn't feel like we really competed and played as a team as well as we can. And the film, will tell a lot. We'll look at that and see what we got to fix from a basketball standpoint. And there were a lot of things there too. But again, at the same time, you got to compete, and especially in this environment against a great team, you got to compete every second you're out there. And maybe the film will change my mind, but I didn't feel like we really did that today.
Coach, your perspective when the situation happened with Coach Daly, just what was your? I mean, obviously.
Just prayed for her, and again, been around her recruiting and stuff, and just hoping that maybe it was from not eating or dehydrated or something like that. Maybe that something that could be corrected pretty easily, and I hope and pray that's the situation. But definitely it makes everybody stop and think for a minute that, it's a basketball game, and we take it really seriously, but at the same time, in the grand scheme of things, there's a whole lot more important stuff going on.
Anything else for Coach Moore?
What were some of the things defensively that you took away from the game, especially with Fudd going off like she did, and then some of their other players just finding ways to the basket?
We were hoping to make it, hard for her to get the ball some. They do a great job schematically of handoffs and rejecting or slipping and things like that. They do a nice job. So that's part of the problem. But there's just things, like I said, going back to fundamental things. I mean, when the ball's in the middle of the floor, we want to deny the post from ducking. We didn't do that. When the ball's on the wing, we want to, make sure we get between them and the rim and make them score over us, and we lunge around and let them shoot layups. So those are the things there. And then like I said, just got to compete every second, especially if you are guarding. We even went to a junk defense, but every time we did that, they got an offensive rebound off of it, so that wasn't working well either. So again, at some point, you just got to play hard, compete, and like I said, I got to now look and see what I can do maybe to help us. But we also need to be fundamental and come out and do what we do. And I felt like we dug a hole, we panicked, and we got out of that.